Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. It's time for another edition of News 2 Gives Back. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell, and News 2 Gives Back is brought to you by Nashville Subaru in partnership with the Nashville Predators. We're continuing honoring those that help the first responders, those that helped out those that were involved in the Covenant tragedy back in late March. Remember last week we went over to Metropolitan Nashville Public Schools and their bus drivers that helped in that time of need, and we're also looking at another set of bus drivers that helped in the time of need as well. And we're over at the WeGo site, and we have a very wonderful group here, and we want to talk a little bit more about the service that they do and they provide to Nashville and the surrounding areas each and every day. I have Nick Oldham here, and he's here to tell us a little bit more about their work. Nick, thank you for taking time to join us. Tell us a little bit more about y'all's operation and more specifically what happened on that particular day of the Covenant tragedy.
Sure. So what we do is really connect people to their lives and to the community. So we're, hustling, bustling, and moving people about the city. And we did get the call from Office of Emergency Management and said, hey, we need you guys' assistance. Can you, send some buses over to the school to either pick up children or the staff that are there and bring them to the reunification center. And so immediately when we got that call, we knew it was time to dispatch. So we pulled in some new drivers, and we sent those buses out there, and we just kind of held our position until they kind of instructed us on what to do.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot of work. I mean, when you get a call like that, that's a big ask, and there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of unknowns as well, and we appreciate what you all did. How are you and your staff doing since then? For the drivers that experienced that, how are they doing since that tragedy?
It was really tough on them. You never think that you'd be involved in a situation like that, and it's almost kind of the things that you see on TV or see in movies. And so, what we did was we gave them, a few days off after the event. We connected them to our Human Resources Department and gave them access to our Employee Assistance Program. So if they needed to talk to someone or, just kind of debrief from the situation. And we're also very, very, very cognitive that even though all of our drivers weren't out there, all of them were impacted because they could have gotten that call or they know a family member or somebody that's connected to someone at Covenant. So we were very, very intentional about making sure we heard from them and then gave them resources to kind of deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's safe to say we were all affected somehow, some way, even if we didn't know somebody directly there. I mean, we're Nashville, we're a community. We've had so many other events that have come through, whether it's weather or a situation like this, where it brings us closer together, but we're all affected by that. So we really appreciate the work that you all do, but your work goes beyond even just that. Y'all do things every day for us, and tell us a little bit more about what it's like here at WeGo to serve our community.
Sure. The amazing thing in my position is I actually started here as a bus operator. And so I really got to see hands-on and first-person perspective, like these really are heroes, because you're dealing with a wide range of personalities and situations, and you're either taking children to school or you're picking people up from work. Even during the pandemic, we were deemed essential services. And so we were really getting the frontline employees back and forth to work. So our motto really is about connecting people to their lives and to the community. The mother that has to get her child to a doctor's appointment, or the state worker that is trying to get out of parking downtown and get to the office. So I typically say this, that they're personally my heroes, because I know that what it takes to not only deal with those, the different personalities, but you're dipping in and out of traffic, and you have to follow laws and rules, and for them to be able to do that successfully every day, they really are our heroes.
Yeah, and you all do so much for us. I mean, yes, getting in and getting out of traffic, I think, is so key. Do you have any advice for the people that travel on these roads and they encounter any of these buses? Like, anything that they need to know? I mean, space is certainly one of the key things, and I know you're always trying to get over to the right-hand side to get people on or off the bus, but is there anything that people need to know? I mean, y'all you do a great work, and it needs to be known.
Sure, I'm glad you asked that. I really would say to the regular drivers that are out on the road, just give them some space, and a lot of times, the last place that most drivers want to be is behind the bus, because it's making frequent stops. But oftentimes we see people come off from behind the bus, and then they want to make a turn right in front of the bus as the bus is pulling away from a stop. So if they can just be a little bit more patient with our operators, because they are doing an amazing service, picking up thousands and thousands of people per day and getting them to the areas of their lives where they need it the most.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this is something that other people, if they're interested in wanting to maybe serve the community, this is a great way to help do that, correct?
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah, we're always looking for bus operators. If anybody's interested, they can go to our website, WeGo Transit, WeGoPublicTransit.com, and go to the careers section and then apply. We have great benefits. We start our operators off at a very, very decent wage. So it's sometimes it can seem daunting, or someone that's driven nothing more than their personal vehicle would say, there's no way I could drive a big bus like that. But we have an amazing training department that brings operators in and teaches them how to move and operate that bus. And it really, really is a great job to be in, because not only is it self-fulfilling in the sense that you can learn how to operate a vehicle that way, but you're really impacting people's lives daily.
Right, absolutely. Well, that's great. Well, we're so glad to be able to provide you all lunch today, to you and your operators. Sure. Y'all do a great work for us, and it's something that goes unnoticed a lot. And even you giving us a little bit of a tour behind the scenes, there are a lot of people that help keep the bus running and keep it rolling, because people require this every day, even on the worst weather days too, like snow days. I mean, I know y'all have snow routes that are in effect, and there are still people that have to get to work. So that means a lot. Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate it. We're glad to be able to serve you all today and serve you all lunch. And we're thankful for their service as being a first responder to the tragedy that happened at the Covenant School back in March. Great time. We're going to continue to be able to serve other areas, other first responders over the next couple of weeks that helped on that day. This is all provided by Nashville Subaru in partnership with the Nashville Predators, and I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell.